I'd like to welcome everybody to this special 45-minute performance called Love is the Heartbeat That Heals, Mind, Body, Soul, with Grammy-nominated Navajo performer, Mr. Tony Redhouse. This is a special SIO fundraising opportunity in support of Navajo Nation, which has been so profoundly impacted by COVID-19. My name is Lee Leibel, and I work at Columbia University Irving Medical Center in Integrative Oncology. I'm also the co-chair of the Yoga Special Interest Group. Before I share a bit more about our program today, I want to open our time together with a land acknowledgement statement. This is a formal statement presented at the beginning of a public gathering that recognizes and honors Indigenous peoples as their traditional stewards of the land. So here we go. We want to acknowledge today that we gather on the traditional land of the Native Americans and Indigenous people, past and present, and honor with gratitude the land itself, as well as the people who have stewarded it through the generations. This calls us to commit to continuing to learn how to be better stewards of the land that we inhabit as well. It always makes me very emotional when I read that. So just to give you some brief context about this fundraising initiative, the Navajo people live on tribal land in a region spanning parts of Arizona, Utah, and New Mexico. And historically, they have suffered high rates of diabetes, cardiovascular disease, and cancer, which we know contributed to increased risk for poor COVID-19 outcomes. And for decades, the tribal land has been without basic infrastructure, such as running water, electricity, and paved roads. And the India Health Service has been chronically underfunded and, in fact, does not provide cancer care. So the Tuba City Regional Healthcare Corporation in Tuba City, Arizona, which is a 100% indigenous organization, recently opened the only cancer clinic that is located on Native American soil. It opened last September thanks to the Biden Cancer Initiative. And without this cancer clinic, the Navajo people had to drive up to 3 hours one way to receive their cancer treatments. And importantly, this clinic provides culturally adaptive cancer care. In Diné, which is the Navajo native language, the word cancer translates to disease that won't heal or disease where there is no cure. So this cancer center offers hope. SIO is honored to present this support initiative. And as far as we know, we are the only organization of our kind supporting Navajo Nation. Donations are going directly to the Tuba City Regional Healthcare Corporation, directly to the cancer clinic, and will be used for essential healthcare needs such as PPE for staff, hand sanitizers for patients, and other important supplies. So please join us to improve the lives of those who suffer such profound health disparities. To learn more and to make a tax-deductible gift, you can go to SIO's homepage, and just know that the funds are processed through the nonprofit Cancer Support Community donation page. And so now, with no further ado, the star of our show is the amazing Tony Redhouse, who is a Grammy-nominated Navajo musician, a 5-time winner of the Native American Music Awards, and a spiritual healer working with cancer patients and survivors. Love is the heartbeat that heals, mind, body, soul. Tony, take it away.
Love is the heartbeat that heals. As children, as an infant, what do you want? You just want to be held. You want to be cherished. You want to feel safe. You want to be loved. You want to be embraced. You want to feel affection. You want to know that you are worthy, that you are valued, that you are significant. That's all you want. You want to be loved. All of us, if you want to really admit it, are little kids. Okay, we might be sophisticated, mature adults, but you know what? In reality, inside here, we're still little kids, little boys and little girls that want to play, that want to explore, that want to be loved. So love is the heartbeat that heals. The heartbeat for Native Americans, the drum is a symbol of the heartbeat. So when we hear the heartbeat, it is something that reminds us of that pulse within Mother Earth, the pulse within the rocks, the love within the heart of the bird, the love within the heart of the animals, the love within the sun, the moon, the stars, within each other. So that heartbeat that we hear is reminding us that everything is connected. All of life is connected. When you think about the holistic view of mind, body, and soul, mind, body, and spirit, that we promote so much, in all of our practices, whether it's yoga, whether it's Reiki, whether it's, Pilates, energy work, integrating mind, body, and soul as a way of healing. Well, Native Americans, we've been doing this forever. It's an ancient tradition. It's an ancient belief. All of our relations, everything is interconnected. All of life is connected. There is no separation. There never was any separation. When we became civilized human beings and began to know everything and began to categorize and define and limit everything and fragment the universe, that's when we started having problems. As Native Americans, we believe everything is one, that heaven and earth are one, life and death are one, male and female are one, the animals, the birds, the trees, the sun, the mountain, the stars, the water, the fire, the earth, the air are all one. There is no fragmentation. So if you want to be healed, the way that the heartbeat heals is the heartbeat is called love. That's what's going to heal everything. And so when we have that heartbeat of love, then it speaks to the mind, the body, and the soul to once again to unite, to become one, to pulse together, every cell in our body. And that love is many times that symbol of a heart. Valentine's Day, guess what? You're going to get a Valentine's card. Will you be my Valentine? Another symbol, just like the drum. And so that heart, that vibrant heart within each of us, we want it to pulse with unconditional love. If you think about the difference between love and fear, they're opposite, okay? Love does not have any fear. Love casts out fear. Fear is, once again, the result of a civilized mind, of knowing everything. When we have fear, it is the result of expectations. Before there were expectations of how you're supposed to look, how you're supposed to act. When you hit kindergarten school, you start getting these expectations. Oh, you're supposed to dress a certain way. You're supposed to wear shoes. You're supposed to comb your hair. Your hair shouldn't be so long. You're supposed to talk a certain way. You're supposed to run a certain way. You're supposed to do things a certain way. Expectations begin to imprint on us from early childhood. And then we begin to find out if we don't meet those expectations, guess what? We're going to be judged. We're going to be criticized. We're going to be compared to other kids. We're going to be shamed. So how do we spend the rest of our life? We begin with those imprints early as a child. And those imprints of expectations follow us the rest of our life. And because of expectations and because of judgment, comparisons, and shame, we end up living in fear the rest of our life of not being shamed, not being criticized, not being judged, not being good enough. So fear has no part in love. Love keeps us in the center of the circle. If we want as human beings to have that beautiful balance of mind, body, soul, and all of our relationships, that gives us that beautiful balance so that our life goes around so smoothly, effortlessly. That we want that mind to be clear, thinking thoughts, good thoughts about ourselves, thinking good things about our future, thinking about the great opportunities, the possibilities, because we have that love in the center of our life and we're being embraced with that unconditional love. We can think good things for our future because we're worthy, because we are special, because we are able. Our physical body is going to be healthy. We're not going to be putting poisons. We're not going to be putting toxins into our body. We're going to be careful about what we put into our body, how we treat ourselves, getting plenty of rest, getting plenty of sleep, self-care, relaxing, breathing, living. We're also going to be having that beautiful channel with our higher power, with the spirit, with the source, with God, with the creator, with the great mystery. We're going to have that beautiful communication, openness, transparency, no fear. I'm not afraid. I can talk to the spirit. I can cry. I can throw tantrums. I can be myself. And our relationships. We're going to be vulnerable with other people. We're going to be accessible. We're going to be transparent. We're going to be clear. We're going to have beautiful, open communication. There won't be any mixed feelings, unspoken words, unresolved issues. So this is our beautiful balance. We have that love in the center. Now, when we think about this holistic way of thinking, everything holistic is whole. It's being whole. It's being complete. All the working parts, the mind, the body, the soul, and the relationships are all very vital for this complete circle, for this balance, holistic, okay? So as Native Americans, we know this. We know that the things that we think in our mind, the things that we expect, the things that we look forward to are going to affect how we believe, how we pray. You know, I was doing a healing session, a transition session for a woman that had cervical cancer, and it had recurred to her. It had come back, okay? And I was really hoping that she would get healed, okay? So I did a session with her. And you know what was healed? The cancer that was healed was up here in her relationships. Her son had committed suicide when he was 18 years old. He was her favorite. He was her best friend. He was her playmate. They're friends. They enjoyed life together. This was her life. Her 18-year-old son, who did not come to dinner, and she found him dead. That was the cancer. That correlates, once again, everything correlates with each other. This relationship issue, unresolved issue, trauma, loss, suicide was going down to here and affecting the physical body. And what did it affect? The reproductive organs. Because this is what she reproduced, was her son. So where did it hit? The reproductive organs. She was not healed of the cancer. She ended up passing away recently. But she was healed of this cancer. And she was able to make peace with her son no longer being in her sight and in her arms. That was the greatest healing that she needed to receive. So once again, everything correlates. The mind, the body, the soul, and all of our relationships. When you think about all of our lives coming together, even like for this conference today, once again, oneness, being one, whole, complete, okay? So what is healing? Healing is being one with yourself. That's all it is. It's not complicated. When your mind, body, and soul are all pulsing together as one pulse of love, unconditional love, then you're healed. That's why when you're in that yoga class and you're holding that pose, you know, you get into that position, your mind, your body, and your soul are all focusing on one movement. Your breath is even there. Your heartbeat is even there, focusing on one asana at one time. Your body is healed in that moment, okay? So whenever we practice bringing our mind, body, and soul together, we're healed. So I want you to think about each of you here right now in this conference coming together, meeting at this certain time today, October the 17th, and each of your unique, beautiful, amazing circles of life, your journey, your experience, your family, your culture, your history, your spiritual belief, and your circle of life going around. Each of us coming together today have come together and we have created this wholeness, community, completeness, strength, support. We benefit each other. Each of our circles coming together have created this wholeness that we call the world, okay? So I've taken it to a macro level, not just the personal human experience, but to the world, okay? So this is a beautiful symbolism in Native American tradition is so simple. It's little kids can understand this, okay? It's not in the head, it's in the heart. The rocks, the trees, the sun, the moon, the leaves in the tree, the birds, all of life pulse with this love that I'm speaking about. And that's what creates harmony in the universe. And so when you think about what's so important now in our lives, if we were a tree, for us to be rooted deeply in this love that I'm speaking about, that keeps us in the center of our circle. And this unconditional love that we are rooted so deeply in is going to allow us to be able to endure, to be able to thrive, to be able to share with others, to be able to live our dream. You know, right now in the autumn, our leaves are changing. If we're a tree, our leaves are not the vibrant, green, crisp, beautiful, amazing, glorious tree leaves that adorn our tree. They're turning different colors now, okay? The chlorophyll is not doing the same thing. The shortened sunlight each day is not giving us that sweetness that allows our leaves to be green and vibrant. And the sweet summer days are gone. Now our leaves are changing. But you know what? Some of these colors, yellows and orange pigments, were naturally in those leaves, in our leaves. They were just being masked by the green. So when you take the mask off, who are you? You're beautiful. You're amazing. You're a treasure. That's who you are. And so I want us to understand that our roots need to sink deeper, especially during this time in the season of life that we're in right now, uncertainty. We need to sink deeper and deeper. It's not how high our limbs go up and how glorious our tree looks and all of our success and all of the things that we accomplish. This is not what it's about. It's about our roots sinking deeper and deeper into the unconditional love. Some more symbolism and some more holistic thought. If you think about your right side and your left side, how many of you have had an injury or broken bone or disease in your right side? How about your left side? The right side and left side represent the wings of the eagle. And the wings of the eagle, the right and the left, the right is the male, the left is the female side of us. We have both wings, male and female energy, the ability to be assertive, to be active, to go after, to find fulfillment. We have the ability of the female to be able to receive, to be vulnerable, to be still. We have both energies. If one side of our body has injury, it is giving you a wake-up call that this side is either being underdeveloped or has been impacted. Okay? So, we're even seeing in a physical sense this holistic idea that for us to soar to our highest dreams, we need both wings working, male and female side. Okay? So once again, these are some teachings that are a Native American tradition. Now, each of us have our own pulse. I want you to do a little exercise with me real quick, okay? Everybody out there. I want you to find that pulse either in your wrist or in your neck or on your heart. I want you to find your pulse. You have a drum, you have a heartbeat inside of you. And you want that heartbeat, you want it to beat with love for your mind, body, and soul. You feel your heartbeat? Beautiful, huh? You have your own drum in there. So now, keep your hand on your pulse. Now I'm going to slow your heart rate down. Just allow your pulse to relax. Your body, your mind, and your soul. Your thoughts, your emotions, the cells in your body, your vital organs, your immune system, your hair follicles. Allow them just to relax and come back down to this relaxed, comfortable heartbeat. You feel your heartbeat slowing down? Once again, the heartbeat of love heals all. Now, each of us have our own unique heartbeat, our own unique energy. You know, even our astrological sign, I'm a double Gemini. So guess what? There's 4 and 1. I can be all over the place. There's 4 of me, okay? So you don't know who you're with each day. Anyway, that's a whole different story. But you know what? Each of us have our own unique energy. Some of us are Sagittarius, right, Lee? You know, so some of us have different signs, different energy. Each of us have our own culture, our upbringing, our family. And you know what? Each of us are unique and beautiful. And all of us, when we pulse together as one, become one heartbeat of harmony. And that's what's going to heal the world when all of us come together and we pulse together with love. It's a decision that we make. Okay? So, wouldn't it be wonderful and amazing? Couldn't you imagine if every single heartbeat in the world was pulsing together at the same beat in love and peace with one another? This world would be healed. So imagine if you can hear a heartbeat pulsing with this heartbeat in Virginia. Pulsing together. Your own unique sound, your style, your hat, your necklace. Imagine if we heard a heartbeat in New York pulsing together with us. And imagine if we heard another heartbeat down south in Georgia. beat from Gabriel in Texas. Wow, listen to that harmony. So simple. And imagine we went a little farther west and we started to hear that heartbeat in Scottsdale, Arizona with Santosh. All different voices, different beautiful sounds. And imagine if we went a little bit higher north and we began to go to, we heard that heartbeat in Utah, Salt Lake City. Imagine we went north and we began to hear that heartbeat in Michigan. And then we went to Chicago and we heard that heartbeat in Chicago. Beautiful. Now, this is healing the world right now. And everyone that has your heartbeat and that pulse in your wrist and your heart, your drum is also pulsed together with ours, creating this beautiful sound of harmony. So that's our intention. Our intention is to unite our heartbeats in love. That's our mind. What is our body doing? Our body is now going to learn a Navajo two-step. So now we're going to go left, right, accent, accent, left, right, left, right. Now we're doing a Navajo two-step, not a Texas two-step, Navajo two-step. Nice. Now we're moving and grooving the Native American way. The mind and our body are pulsing together. Now, our soul. You ever heard of soul music? Now, we're going to sing with our heart and our soul, and we're going to sing it out. I'm going to sing call and response to you. You need to copy me these simple vocals, Navajo chant, call and response. Sing your heart out. I'm going to call it to you, and then you copy back to me. Ready? Here we go. Hey, ya. Hey, We're going to end it. I'm going to sing it through one time. Then as you begin repeating it, you're going to raise your drum as you are singing. And on the last beat, you're going to go, ah! Way, hey, ya! Way, hey, ya! No, here we go. Way, hey, ya! Hey, ya! Beautiful. Thank you so much. Thank you for uniting your heartbeats together. Thank you for your mind, body, and soul pulsing together with mine, creating a beautiful picture. All of us are creating the universe. Each of our hearts coming together today have healed the universe. I want you to see your circle of life today coming together and creating another symbol that we call the universe. And we have brought healing to the universe today. Thank you so much for having me. You are wonderful. Each of you are beautiful, amazing, and we are whole. And we are wanting holistic. We are wanting everything to be interconnected and to pulse together with that unconditional love, which will heal mind, body, and soul. Thank you so much.
Wow, that was sublime, Tony. Thank you so much for sharing a little bit of the Native American teaching. It was just terrific. Really, really nice. So what we're going to do now is we're going to play an 8-minute pre-recorded performance that Tony recorded the other day with the flute and the voice and the drums. So that is going to play now. You can watch it to the end, or it's also on the SIO YouTube channel, which you can check it out there later also. And just a reminder that there's a session coming up next at 2 o'clock, the panel discussion, COVID and Beyond, Coping with Stress, Lifestyle Issues. So enjoy, everyone. Thank you. And the heartbeat heals. Universal love.
I would like to share the gift of music, using the heartbeat to guide you back to that unconditional love of the Spirit. You can imagine your roots like a tree sinking deep into the heart of the Spirit and receiving that nourishment, that significance, that worthiness, that health. You can imagine yourself not worrying, not stressing, not being pulled in different directions, and just simply letting go and just flowing with the sound to a peaceful, amazing, healing space, returning back to your heartbeat.
Yeah, I'm going on to my next one.